Welcome back, gearheads and automotive enthusiasts, to another exciting dive into the wild and wonderful world of hyper-rare vehicles. Today, we are looking at something so ridiculous, so incredibly unhinged, and so undeniably awesome that it almost defies logic. Imagine taking the already highly capable Ford Bronco, ripping out every single creature comfort, shoving a massive, naturally aspirated Coyote V8 under the hood, slapping on competition-grade suspension, and charging over $300,000 for the privilege of owning one. Well, you do not have to imagine it, because that is exactly what Ford did when they unleashed the legendary Ford Bronco DR. But the specific example we are talking about today is not just any standard Bronco DR, if you can even use the word standard for a vehicle this extreme. This particular off-road monster comes with a jaw-dropping price tag that rivals the most luxurious Rolls Royce, and it previously belonged to one of the most famous and controversial car collectors on the internet. Buckle up, because we are diving deep into the ultimate desert racer that somehow miraculously found its way onto the public streets. To understand just how special this vehicle is, we have to rewind a little bit and look at the origins of the DR nomenclature. DR stands for Desert Racer, and this is not just a clever marketing gimmick designed to sell a few extra appearance packages. The Ford Bronco DR is a purpose-built, limited production racing vehicle, born from a highly exclusive partnership between the Ford Motor Company and the engineering wizards at Multimatic. If the name Multimatic sounds familiar, it absolutely should. They are the same brilliant minds operating out of Ontario, Canada, who helped bring the legendary 2017 Ford GT Supercar to life, and they are currently the driving force behind the insane Mustang GTD, which is poised to be the most powerful production Ford ever created. When Ford decided they wanted a turnkey Baja-ready racing machine, they knew exactly who to call. Together, they completely re-engineered the Bronco platform to withstand the absolute worst punishment the desert could dish out. They stripped the vehicle down to its bare essential bones, removing anything that didn't make it go faster or survive longer in the brutal conditions of off-road endurance racing. Ford and Multimatic capped the production of this absolute beast at a mere 50 units worldwide, making it one of the rarest modern Fords in existence. When you first lay eyes on the Bronco DR, you are immediately struck by just how aggressively intimidating it looks. It sits significantly wider than a standard Bronco thanks to a custom wide-body kit that aggressively flares out to accommodate the massive 37-inch BF Goodrich racing tires. The resin transfer molded fiberglass body panels are designed to be lightweight and easily replaceable in the event of a high-speed desert mishap. Functional roof scoops gulp down massive amounts of fresh air to cool the rear-mounted radiator, while a barrage of Rigid Industries LED light bars ensures that you have daylight-piercing visibility even in the pitch-black dust of a night stage in Baja. But what is missing is just as striking as what is there. The Bronco DR features absolutely no conventional doors and no side or rear windows. The only glass you get is a front windshield, and if that gets covered in mud or dust, you have to rely on a single manually operated wiper to clear your line of sight. It is a visceral, raw, and completely unfiltered driving experience. Step over the high sills and slide into the cabin, and you will find an interior that is entirely stripped of any civilian pleasantries. While it retains the basic structural elements of the factory dashboard, everything else is pure, unadulterated race car. The occupants are secured with a massive score-compliant tube chassis and roll cage designed to protect them in the event of a catastrophic rollover. Racing seats, multi-point harnesses, and a data logging system replace the plush leather seating and touchscreen infotainment systems you would find in a typical luxury SUV. Underneath that muscular hood lies the beating heart of the Bronco DR, which is a specially tuned 5.0-liter Coyote V8 engine, pumping out over 400 horsepower. That power is routed through a 10-speed automatic transmission and a heavy-duty all-wheel drive system designed to put the power to the ground no matter the surface. When you plant your foot on the throttle, the sound that erupts from the exhaust is pure American muscle, making this off-road Leviathan feel and sound like a purebred sports car. Now here's where the story of this specific Bronco DR gets truly fascinating. As you might expect from a purpose-built tube chassis race car with no doors and no safety features designed for civilian traffic, the Ford Bronco DR was sold strictly as a track or off-road only vehicle. It is completely illegal to drive on public roads. However, the previous owner of this particular unit is none other than the internet-famous automotive personality known as Supercar Ron.
Supercar Ron is well known for his outrageous car collection and his penchant for doing the impossible, which apparently includes finding a loophole to get this fully-fledged Baja racer registered and street legal. Yes, you heard that right. This is quite possibly the only Ford Bronco DR on the planet that possesses a license plate, allowing it to terrorize the local grocery store parking lot just as easily as the sand dunes. Of course, all of this exclusivity, engineering, and pure unadulterated madness comes at a steep price. When the Bronco DR was first announced, Ford stated a starting price of around $300,000. However, because buyers were able to completely customize their orders directly through Multimatic, adding highly desirable options like the Baja Race Package, sophisticated data logging equipment, and bespoke custom liveries, the final delivered price for most of these vehicles pushed incredibly close to the $400,000 mark. That is literally Rolls Royce money for a vehicle without doors or air conditioning. But for the wealthy elite who demand the absolute pinnacle of off-road performance and exclusivity, the price tag is merely a suggestion. This exact street-legal Supercar Ron-owned Bronco DR was recently listed on the popular auction site Bring a Trailer, offering one lucky and extremely well-funded enthusiast the chance to own a piece of modern off-road history. It represents the absolute zenith of the internal combustion era, a glorious, loud, and completely unapologetic celebration of V8 power and suspension engineering. It is the ultimate flex for the automotive collector who already has everything else. Whether you view it as a brilliantly engineered desert-conquering masterpiece or a completely unnecessary display of automotive excess, there is no denying the absolute magnetism of the Ford Bronco DR. It is a vehicle that commands attention wherever it goes, challenging the very definition of what an SUV can be.
The fact that a dedicated team of engineers was given the green light to build something this wild in an era of strict emissions and safety regulations is something we should all celebrate. So what do you guys think? Would you drop 400 grand on a street-legal Baja racer? Or would you rather spend that Rolls Royce money on an actual Rolls Royce? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the rarest Fords on the planet. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more incredible automotive news and reviews. We have a lot more high-octane content coming your way, so stay tuned and we will catch you in the next video.